Alright, including the stereochemistry, we want to draw and name the product of the following reaction. Now it is cis-3 hexene and bromine. The bromine's going to add across to it. Now, this is one that there's two different ways to figure out the stereochemistry, and I'm going to do a video for each. So in this one I'll use perspective drawing. So if you want to see it with a Fisher diagram or Fisher drawings, if you feel more comfortable that way, look for the other version of this video. Alright, so the cis-3 hexene with bromine. Oh, put that on top of the arrow. And if I want to be a really technical person, put down the solvent that we'd want in with that. Okay, so bromine, when it goes on like this, is done so in an anti-form. So on this particular thing, I could actually draw it thinking maybe got one bromine is going to be up and one bromine is going to be down. That's how it's end up going on there. But what I'm going to do to draw this a little bit different is I'm going to redraw my new backbone with one bromine up and one bromine down. So kind of what I just had drawn with the wedges, but I think about flipping it in the paper 90 degrees. Now what that does on this one is it will make as a wedge that C and C, because we're imagining these are coming out towards us as we flip this flat, which also means this other ethyl is a wedge. And both hydrogens are in the back. Now, biggest reason I did that, reason I rotated it sideways, is that did actually put the hydrogens in the back, which is great for figuring out our rotations, our R and S aspect. Alright, so this leftmost carbon, I have high priority being that bromine. 2 would be this carbon that is a bromine, and 3 would be this carbon that just has a carbon. And then the hydrogen is 4 and it is in the back. So we have a clockwise rotation, so that location is an R. Now our other location, high priority, is the bromine. 2 is the carbon that has the bromine attached, and 3 is the carbon with other carbons, and hydrogen is still a 4. So we are going clockwise again, so that is also R. So we ended up getting an R and an R. Alright, now naming it wise, and I'm going to redraw this so we don't have all this ink overlapping. So what I had was a bromine to a carbon to a carbon to a bromine with hydrogens in the back and our ethyls in the front. But when I fully name this, I have a backbone like so. And my only substituents are those bromines. So I have a 1, 2, 3, 4 dibromo hexane as a product, and it's an R and an R. And because I could have had the first bromine attack from the opposite side, therefore this would have been a wedge rather than a dash or vice versa, I also have an enantiomer possible, which is just both of those get switched. Giving us our two major products.